has it been like for you to have to face a challenge so close to your senior year? Has it been somewhat of a setback in your mind, or have you been able to deal with that, pretty well?
I think it's been good for me, honestly. I mean, that kind of sounds not very smart to say, but I think it's been good for me because I never really had a chance to settle down and actually feel what it was like to be a teenager. And honestly, I mean, you mentioned my forearms earlier. I work out a lot, and I think people can notice that just by looking at me. And it got to the point where I was working out too much, so I was getting a little too tight for my swing, and I was getting very vulnerable to injuries. So since I've been injured, I haven't been able to work out since May as hard as I normally would. So it's kind of actually helped me get looser and more flexible. So I think this year's season I'm going to be a little better of a hitter, staying through the balls and being able to do things that I couldn't do whenever I was as tight. So overall, I think it's good that I have to face adversity and push through something, because then the prize will be only more sweet whenever I'm able to accomplish what I want to.
That's true, and most great players go through adversity. I found it interesting you're mentioning the tightness. I know a few friends of mine going through kind of the same thing with high school sports, just almost overworking the weights. And I think it's great for you if you can loosen up, get more flexible for the season. You are in a position where center field is very important. To have that looseness in the arm, you have a great arm. Speaking of that, you can actually reportedly throw 98 miles an hour from center field. So my question is, might be considered dumb, but have you pitched much in your life, or have you always been focused on being a center fielder with a great arm and a great bat as well?
I actually pitched a lot whenever I was younger, which is, I think, why, it kind of led up to an arm injury in the future. Because, I overworked my arm, which I think a lot of younger kids did whenever they played rec ball and t-ball. But the way I developed the arm injury was pitching this year during the high school season, actually. I don't know if you're familiar with Travis Merritt, but he was at the Perfect Game, All-American Game Classic, too. And I actually tweaked my arm pitching against him in the local game. So, I like to get on the mound and run it up there every now and then.
Yeah, definitely, and you can do that as well with the 98 mile an hour from center field. Who knows pitching-wise, but you are, again, you seem to be a lock for center field right now. That could change. We've seen it happen before, but, you're going to be drafted very early, most likely, knock on wood, of course, and hope the best with the minor injury, which shouldn't be a problem. But, again, you're a great center fielder right now. I'm wondering, with the mock drafts and all of the media around you, have you checked your scouting report? Have you, saw what the mock drafts are putting you at, or do you kind of just try to block all of that outside information out?
I've actually seen most of them. You can't help but look to see what people are saying at most times, but it doesn't really faze me in any situation, because in the end, none of those mock drafts are 100% correct. So, whether I go number one or the last person in the draft, it's not going to matter, because, I have a fallback plan at Georgia, or I can pursue my major league career, so either way I'm set.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about that, the mock drafts, they don't have the pick. The major league team does, and this spring is going to be very important with that, with a lot of scouting, I'm sure, and I wish the best for you when it comes to that. Now, in your own words, what kind of player would you describe yourself to be? I know you're known for your speed. You do a 6.6 seconds in the 60-yard dash. So, in terms of stealing bases, what is your approach there, and do you pride yourself on your base running?
Actually, I went to the Metrodome this summer, and I never really knew what kind of player I was speed-wise. The last time I ran a 60, I ran a 6.94, and then whenever I went to the Metrodome, I ran a 6.42. So it was kind of surprising to see how much of a jump I made. I stole 14 bases last year, but that's a good record. But I didn't know my speed then, so. Honestly, I think this year I'm going to jump a little, because I know what I can do on the bases, and I know what kind of runner I am now. So I think overall it's going to help the team as putting pressure on the other team during the game and helping my team get in a good position with me on the bases.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great to hear. We're going to hopefully see the stone bases go up for you as well as your power. You are, in line for a huge year this year for high school, so I do wish you the best there. Now, talking about the draft here, just two more questions. I know it's somewhat hard to answer draft questions right now because a lot of the questions that people want to ask are about the draft, and it's 6 months away. There's not much really to say about it other than to hope for the best. But seeing the signing bonus, they're more controlled now with the new slot system that they have with the draft. Especially with some high school players getting like $7-8 million, guys like Bryce Harper, Steven Strasburg. They've tried to limit that down a little bit. Still, they're huge amounts for anyone, and a lot of people could live their whole life on them. So are you excited about the potential signing bonus, or right now are you planning to play in college?
I'm excited about either one, honestly. I can't answer that question 100% straight up because you never know what June 6th lies for me. I mean, it could be life-changing money, or it could be, I couldn't go in the draft where I want to go. So, honestly, it's going to come down to June 6th and what happens on that day. But whether I'm playing at Georgia or in professional baseball in the minor leagues, I'm going to be very happy with both of them because, they're both a decision that I want to make depending on what happens. So, either one will be very exciting to go through.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds very exciting either way. There's no bad options there. Playing for Division I school, playing near your home, obviously, having some personal connections there, or getting a big signing bonus potentially and being a part of a major league organization, probably a dream of yours for a long time, something that you've worked at for your whole life. So either way, it will work out completely fine. I'm sure whatever team drafts you, their fans will probably wish that you sign with them, but we'll see what happens then. Now, the mock drafts, again, they have you ranked anywhere from 1 to 5. Again, this is somewhat of a hard question to answer, but if you have any expectations for the 2013 Major League Baseball draft in June, what are they, and do you have any preferences to certain atmospheres, cities, or divisions that you would like to be drafted to at this point, or does it not really matter at all?
It doesn't matter what team picks me because, overall it would be a great experience just to be drafted. So from a standpoint of who takes me, I'm open to any option that wants to take a chance on me. But expectations, I think it's going to start with me having a successful season and, playing good against good competition and proving that I can go in, day out, and always do my best against whether it's good competition or bad competition. So anywhere in the first round, I'd be very satisfied. I wouldn't be sad if I went in the second round, but honestly, I'm aiming for number 1 because, I want to prove that I'm the best one in the country, and expectations after I get drafted would be, honestly, to be the first one to make it to the major leagues from the 2013 draft.
That's a great goal to be at. It's great to hear you're the first high school player that has just kind of told me that the preferences are there of being drafted. I know, again, it's hard to answer, especially with you ranked so high, but it's something that anyone with pretty much a brain would probably want to have that experience getting drafted to a major league team. The money is there, the excitement. This is a dream you've been working at your whole life, and I really do wish you the best with that. Good luck this upcoming season. Hope everything heals fine. I think it will. I think you're in line for a huge season. Just keep working at it. Have fun this season, but you are very close to completing a dream of yours and exciting a lot of fans of a major league organization, whatever one picks you again. So really good luck this year, man. I look forward to covering you throughout the year. So, again, thank you for coming on the show, and really good luck this upcoming season.
Yes, thank you for allowing me to come on the show. It was awesome.
Great. Thank you so much. I'd love to have you on again sometime, maybe after the draft, maybe right before it, and covering again throughout the season. So have a great night, man. Really did appreciate you coming on.
All right, thank you. Talk to you soon.
Yep, and that was Clint Frazier. We're going to let him go tonight here